Okay, here we go again. The start of another attempt by Congress to avoid a government shutdown as the House gets ready to review spending bills a little later on today.
Yeah, the fight to keep the government up and running is seen as the biggest challenge for new House Speaker Mike Johnson. Let's get right to Robert Moses, who joins us now with those details. A lot to walk into, Robert.
Sure is, Tashani and Dan. The headline here is that lawmakers sound guardedly optimistic that a shutdown can be avoided, but the math is pretty sobering. Speaker Mike Johnson can afford to lose the support of no more than 4 Republicans, with at least 5 voicing opposition as of now. He must turn to Democrats for help. Today, House lawmakers are expected to discuss and possibly vote on Speaker Mike Johnson's plan to avert a government shutdown by the end of the day Friday. Johnson's framework, called a continuing resolution, would fund several programs, including military construction and veterans affairs, agriculture, energy and water, transportation, and housing and urban development through January 19th. It would pay for the Defense Department and all other federal programs through February 2nd. Notably, the plan does not contain the more than $100 billion that President Joe Biden requested that would include aid for Ukraine and Israel. The president withheld judgment when asked about it yesterday.
Let's wait and see what they come up with.
Johnson's plan also does not contain the spending cuts that some of the most conservative members of his party covet. I will not support a status quo that fails to acknowledge fiscal irresponsibility and changes absolutely nothing while emboldening a do-nothing Senate and a fiscally illiterate president, Congressman Scott Perry wrote on X. We simply cannot continue funding Joe Biden, Chuck Schumer, and Nancy Pelosi's radical policies and bloated spending levels, Congressman Andrew Clyde said. Johnson needs Democrats to get his plan across the finish line. If that sounds like a familiar storyline, that's because it is. Johnson's predecessor, Kevin McCarthy, was forced to turn to Democrats for help to avert a shutdown about 6 weeks ago. That led to his ouster. At this point, there's no indication that the same fate will befall Johnson. If the continuing resolution passes the House, it moves to the Senate.
I am pleased that Speaker Johnson seems to be moving in our direction by advancing a CR that does not include the highly partisan cuts that Democrats have warned against.
House Republicans have produced a responsible measure that will keep the lights on, avoid a harmful lapse in government funding, and provide the time and space to finish that important work.
And while that sounds promising, a shutdown still remains possible. During the last government shutdown negotiations back in September, you may remember that the White House warned that travelers could face delays and cancellations. Well, no one wants to see those heading into some of the busiest travel days of this year. Dan, back to you.
Good point, Robert. Thank you very much.